Good morning and welcome once again to our English 10 class. Today we are going to discuss the last module for quarter 2 English 10, which is module 7, and this is entitled Composing a Multimodal Text. As easy it is for you to understand what a multimodal text is also as easy on how you are going to make your output for today. So let me just first pull up my PowerPoint and share it with you. There. So the title for module 7, which is the last module for quarter 2, is entitled Composing a Multimodal Text. With the title itself, I think you'll have an understanding somehow that your final output, specifically for your performance output of 50 points for this specific module, is that you'll be composing a multimodal text, or at least an example of a multimodal text. Depends on your preference because there are too many examples. But of course, before you do that, you have to understand first what a multimodal text is and what are the elements that we can find in a multimodal text so you'd be able to compose your own. So our objectives for this module is the main one is for you to be able to compose a text which contains multimodal elements. Later on, we will go through these things so you'd be able to understand. Our sub objectives are for you to be able to define what multimodal elements or multimodal texts are, give examples of multimodal texts and multimodal elements. Identify different techniques or tips in composing a multimodal text and compose a text with multimodal elements. So in page 2 of your module 7, if you have pulled it up already, you can follow through, but I wish if you haven't yet, please open the modules so you'll be able to understand what we are talking about. Under what I know, you will try to test your knowledge of what a multimodal text is. So you just have to write T on the blank provided if the statement is true, and write F if you think the statement is false. So for number 1, a picture inserted in an essay is an example of a multimodal element in a text. Sometimes essays have pictures in it included. So you think this is true that when an essay has a picture inserted in it, that picture is an example of a multimodal element. Try to think and try to answer. You can write your answers in your modules or in your notebooks for the sake of your portfolios. Number 2, a comic book or manga, I think you're familiar with this more than I do, is an example of a multimodal text. Is it? And a comic book or manga, is that true or false? Number 3, multimodal elements are used in a text to make it appealing or attractive to the readers or audience. Number 4, if a student is going to compose a text with multimodal elements, the first thing he or she must do is to decide what multimodal elements to use. And lastly, a multimodal text normally contains the same parts as argumentative expository texts like title, introduction, body, and the ending. So we'll see as we are going through this discussion later if your answers to these items are correct. But at least try. Answer them with a T or with an F. Okay? Under what's in on page 3, this is a review on your learnings about expository essay. So you are now holding the last module, which is this one, but we sincerely hope that you have learned a lot from the modules that we've discussed before. So before we start with this module 7, we have to look back to what we have learned about expository essays. So in this activity, review on expository essay, which can be found on page 3 of your modules, You will be asked to remember what expository essays are. What are the common author's purposes for expository essays? So there are two blanks. You can either write the purposes of the authors in writing an expository essay in these blanks provided, or you can just simply give the characteristics of an expository essay, at least two, from what you can remember as our review for the lesson. Okay, now let's go to our lesson for today. The lesson on multimodal elements or multimodal text was introduced with this essay. How will you describe the place you live in terms of noise? Kumusta yung mga places na tinitirahan nyo? Is it a quiet and peaceful place rather, or a very noisy one? Ako, I can say that sometimes this area where we live in gets noisy. Depends on the amount of vehicular um, cars or vehicles pass through. But sometimes, like this moment of time, so peaceful. That's why I can record. How about you? So you are instructed in this part to read this essay to find out about noise or about what we call the noise pollution. But I'm going to read this for you for now, but I hope you will do the second reading on your own. Let me read the essay, guys. Follow through with your modules. That's on page 4. How much do you know about noise pollution? That's the title. There are typo errors for the titles. Remember that we use capital letters on how the titles should be written. Okay, let's start. We all know that anything called pollution is bad for us. Pollutants or materials like chemicals that cause pollution is harmful to all living things, including us humans. We are all familiar with water pollution, air pollution, or even soil pollution brought by pollutants that we humans produce in factories, vehicles, and others. However, there is another kind of pollution that we might be less aware of, but is something that we encounter all the time and has a great impact to our lives. It is caused by a less obvious pollutant, sound, and is called noise pollution. Noise pollution is defined by experts as a constant or long exposure to high levels of sound. Sound is measured in units called decibels, and regularly hearing sounds of more than 85 decibels for long periods of time is already considered noise pollution. Sources of noise pollution typically come from outside the home. The sounds of transportation, vehicle engines, horns, loud music inside stores and other business areas, as well as noises coming from schools, offices, and other places where huge numbers of people gather all contribute to noise pollution. However, noise pollutants do not only come from the outside. Loud music from the radio speakers, the television, and other appliances, as well as the yells of children inside our very own homes, can all contribute to noise pollution. Noise pollution is also a global problem. One research tried to identify the 10 noisiest cities in the whole world. The researchers used the number of decibels people in these cities are exposed to regularly. To give you an idea about the decibels recorded in the study, 60 decibels is as loud as people talking inside a restaurant, 70 decibels is as loud as a car, 90 is as loud as motorcycle, and 100 decibels or more is like hearing a live rock concert. The top 10 noisiest cities can be found below. What do you think? Many cities in India are included in the list. Aside from being the noisiest, what do these countries have in common? So after that part, we were shown this graph. 10 noisiest cities in the world. As you can see, Mumbai, India, and Kolkata, India, both from India, are the noisiest, while the top 10 is Madrid, Spain. Continued, noise pollution is indeed a real and global problem that needs to be solved. It is a problem we are exposed to all the time. Too much exposure to very loud noises poses dangers to the health of humans and animals alike. Experts agree that constantly experiencing the noise or noise pollution contribute to loss of hearing, sleeping problems, and even hypertension or high blood among humans. Animals are also not exempted from the harmful effects of noise pollution. Sea creatures like dolphins and whales, which communicate mainly through sound, are affected by the loud noises made when humans drill for oil underwater. So that's the whole of the essay entitled How Much Do You Know About Noise Pollution? Now let's think about the essay that we've read by answering the questions given to us. Questions can be found on page 5 of your modules. Try to answer these questions on your own. First question: what do you think is the author's purpose in this essay? What is the author's purpose in this essay? Is it to inform? Is it to persuade? Is it to entertain? What do you think? Number two, what are the different parts of the essay? Or what are the different parts of the essay? Is it the same with the parts of other kinds of essays you have studied? Do we have the same parts for the essays that we have studied? What are the parts that we've discussed? I think by now you've already know that, or you already have mastered that, because we've we started discussing from persuasive essay, argumentative, expository essays, and the likes. Number three, let's focus on the inserted picture. This is the picture. As you can see, there's a picture and there's a graph. Now let's focus on this picture inserted in this essay. What is the function of the picture in this essay? What do you think? Does this picture help you understand the topic or the idea at least of this essay? How about the graph? Does this graph help you understand the content, or at least part of the content of this essay? Try to think of it. And last question, do you think the Philippines is a noisy country? What are the common sources of pollution in our country? If you think the Philippines is one of the noisy countries, then what do you think are the sources of noise pollution here in the Philippines? I hope you can answer that. Later on, we'll go back to that essay in terms of digging deeper regarding multimodal elements or multimodal text. So, this essay, or the essay that I've just read to you on pages 4 and 5, is an example of a text with multimodal elements, or a multimodal text. Now, let us find out what a multimodal text is so you can create one. As human beings, we create our ideas to others using a variety of ways or modes. When we say modes, these are the means. In Tagalog, paraan. So multimodal means many modes. Since multi means many, a lot, maraming paraan. Okay? Multimodal text, as you can see from the essay, let's just go back to that. before we go to this picture. Here. This essay is an example of a multimodal text. One, maybe because there's a picture, you think so? Or maybe because there are words, or maybe because there's also a graph that's included. What do you think? If you think so, then you are correct. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Okay. These are the different multimodal elements. Pag sinabing multimodal elements, the things that we can see, the factors that we can see inside a text. If there are two or more than one of these elements, then that text is called a multimodal text with multimodal elements. Do you understand? Ulitin natin guys. Itong mga tong nasa yellow, okay? These are examples of multimodal elements. If there if there are two or more, hindi pwedeng isa lang, okay? If there are two or more of these elements in a text, meaning that text is a multimodal text, kagaya nung kanina. Why? Because the essay that's given to us has words in it. 'Di ba? Binasa pa nga natin yung words. My pictures, the illustration, the drawing, and the graph, meaning there are two, and I mean three, the picture and the graph and the words. Therefore, that's an example of a multimodal text. It speaks to us through the words that we have read. That essay also speaks to us through the picture that's included in there. And that picture, I mean, that essay also speaks to us through the graph that's inserted. That's why it is an example of a multimodal text using multimodal elements. What are the elements included in that text? Words, that's one. Picture, that's another. Graph is the third one. So that essay about noise pollution is an example of a multimodal text. Well, pwede na nating i-include yung pagbasa ko. The sound of my voice, the tone of my voice is also an element because I've read it. Okay? These different modes of communication, these things here are also called multimodal elements. That's the technical term for this. I hope you get that. Therefore, a multimodal text is a text which combines more than one multimodal element or mode of communication in expressing an idea. Again, a multimodal text is a text, an essay, pwedeng a sentence, pwedeng a paragraph, basta meron pa siyang ibang nahalong element. Like a picture, a graph, a comic strip, and the likes. No? Let's look at other examples of multimodal text and performances. These are other examples. Letter A, printed. Ito yung mga nahahawakan nyo na print. For example, essays in a bond paper, comics or manga. These are multimodal texts. Storybooks with pictures. Newspapers. Bakit kasama yung newspapers? Kasi newspapers have pictures in it. Specifically, kung may mga incidents na nangyari. Magazines. Magazines also have pictures in it. Posters, lalo na. Ano pang example ng multimodal text? Digital. Pag sinabing digital, anything that you can find using a technology. For example, websites or web pages. PowerPoint presentations kasi ginamitan natin ng technology. YouTube videos or vlogs. Bakit kasama yung YouTube videos or vlogs? Because the people in there or the characters in there not only speaks, kasama din sila. May video na kasama. So it's multimodal performance. Okay? Ang text kasi guys, yung nakaprint na babasa. Okay? Performance tawag natin pag ito ay videos o kaya vlogs o kaya mga play and the likes. So live is the third type of multimodal text or performances. Multimodal performances. Ano mga examples nito? Live or actual performance like a speech. Anong mga examples ng live or actual performance like a speech? A campaign. Nangangampanya. That is an actual performance like a speech. How did it become a multimodal performance? Because there are words in the speech of the campaigner. There are gestures. Di ba? May mga nagka-campaign na may mga sway-sway ng kamay, facial expressions and gestures people are also examples of multimodal elements. Okay? A lecture and an interpretative dance. Bakit kasama yung interpretative dance? Because there is an action happening, there is music being played on, and the words from the music. You get it? The sound as well. That's why these are multimodal performances using two or more elements to communicate is what we call a multimodal text or a multimodal performances. Okay? I hope you get that part. But if you have questions, you can just park them right now and we will go ahead and discuss them later after this discussion. Answer your questions. Now, we were given tips and techniques in composing multimodal text. Una, paano tayo gagawa ng multimodal text? Begin by thinking a topic and a purpose or goal for composing a multimodal text. Ano yung gusto mo bang ipalabas? What is it that you want to tell the people who will watch you probably, who will read your work, or who will see your art and the likes? Number two, think of multimodal elements that you want to use or a multimodal text that you want to compose. Ano yung mga gusto mong gamitin? If you want to write, do you want to include pictures in it? Do you want to include sound in it? Dapat meron siyang two or more elements para maging multimodal text or multimodal performance. Okay? So you have to plan it out. Hindi pwedeng basta lang, kung ano na lang maisip mo. Guys, two or three is better than using too many. No? Two or three better than using too many elements. Nakakalito na yon pag sobrang dami. Okay? Number three, multimodal elements have a clear purpose and work with each other in expressing ideas. For example, let's go back to the essay in page 4 and 5. The two multimodal elements in the essay are not placed there just because the writer wants his essay to look fancy. Hindi ka maglalagay ng picture dyan para lang maging maganda or kaaya-aya yung iyong essay. Dapat mayroon siyang purpose. The picture can help the readers from the essay that we've read a while ago. That picture can help the readers get an idea of what the essay is about. At the same time, it also summarizes an important idea. What was it? The different sources of noise pollution. In the same manner, the bar graph is placed to provide additional information to the readers. So you do not just include any picture there that you want, it should be related to your topic. You understand? Hindi rin pwedeng basta ka lang maglagay ng music para lang may drama effect. Ano? Dapat related sa topic mo. Understand, guys? Okay. And lastly, you have to revise and review your multimodal text after you have composed it. Check the ideas or check the ideas if they are all connected to one another. Check also the multimodal elements you have used. Check also your grammar and use of the English language. Okay? Now, I would like you to watch this video because this summarizes what a multimodal text is para mas maintindihan ninyo. Siguro this is just 2 minutes or less. Let me just share to you that video for a moment. This is a video by Miss A. Okay? And the video is created using a Powtoon. Okay, let's start. Okay, I hope that makes everything clear regarding our discussion about multimodal text. So, 3 types of multimodal text: printed, digital, and live. Let's go back to our PowerPoint and discuss some more. So, after that, you'll be directed to practice what you've learned about this discussion. Under What's More on page 7 of your module, Activity 1 is you are asked to classify the different elements present in the following examples of multimodal text. An example is provided in number 1. So, number 1, comics is the multimodal text given. So, what are the elements that you can find in a comics? How did it become a multimodal text? Answer: there are words and there are illustrations or drawings. That's why it's called a multimodal text. Number 2 to that is an article from a fashion magazine. Nakakita na ba kayo ng fashion magazine? How did it become a multimodal text? What are the elements that are included in there? Okay, try to answer. A video uploaded in YouTube which tutors how or with tutors how to correctly pronounce words in English. Anong mga elements ang kasama doon sa video na yon? Why is it called a multimodal text or multimodal performance? A lecture or report presented by a student in front of other students in the class. What are the elements that are part of it? A website explaining the designs of flags in the different countries in the world. And an interpretative dance of the song bayan ko. Okay? So identify the elements. For activity 2, you are asked to search for two examples of multimodal text from the internet or from old magazines, newspapers, or from the television. What you have to do is to identify the type of multimodal text, whether it is printed, digital, or live. Afterwards, you have to identify the different multimodal elements in it. This is an example given to you. So this is the format that you are going to use for activity 2. Title. Ano yung title ng nakuha mong multimodal text? Kung video naman, then what's the title of the video? Kung comics naman, then what's the title of the comics, etc. Number 2, format, the source. Saan mo kinuha yon? Okay, siguro alam nyo naman paano maggawa ng bibliography before. So, kahit yung source lang, the title of the book, o kaya saang balita nyo nakuha, saang newspaper nyo nakuha, saang magazine nyo nakuha, etc. So after that, you have to identify the multimodal elements included in that multimodal text or multimodal performance that you have um, gotten. No? So this example, the title is Speech of President Duterte from SONA 2020. Source, GMA News TV. Type of multimodal text, live. Sorry guys, dapat nasa babayan. Okay? Kasi nasa TV, that's why it's live. Hindi printed, hindi rin siya digital. Sa TV niya nakita. No? Ano yung mga elements? What are the multimodal elements that's included in that speech? First, there are words, of course. Second, there's sound from the voice of the speaker. Third, the gestures and facial expressions nung nagsasalita. And lastly, the pictures or the charts or graphs that the president used during his presentation. And then after that, you have to answer these two questions. What is the multimodal text about? Yung nakuha niyong example ng multimodal text, what is it about? So you do not just have, or you do not try to find an example, you also have to read it or to watch it para alam niyo kung ano yung pinapanood niyo. And what information did I get from the multimodal text? That's for activity 2. Two examples once again. Then after that, by the way, this what's more, activities 1 and 2, you do not have to submit your outputs for this, but please try to answer so you can practice your learning about multimodal text. Okay? And we'll look for it in your portfolio. After that, you'll be directed to page 8, what I have learned. In this lesson, we talked about multimodal elements and multimodal texts. Showcase what you have learned by answering these questions. What is a text considered, or when is a text considered multimodal? Number 2, what are different multimodal elements? Number 3, are multimodal texts limited to written texts only? Written text lang ba ang multimodal text? So this is a yes or no question. Number 4, why is it important to think of a topic and purpose when composing multimodal texts? Number 5, when you revise your multimodal outputs, what are the things that you are going to revise or edit? Okay? And these are the outputs that we expect from you. Written outputs are the assessment and post-test. That's on pages 9 to 10. Performance output is the what I can do. Let me show you that. So we can discuss what you have to do with this. Okay, let me just share to you the copy of the module. So this is the assessment. By the way, I also created a worksheet for that. Written, ang nakalagay dito guys ay instruction lang and answer. I said refer to your module for the questions and choices kasi importante na binabasa nyo to. Okay, so for assessment, you just have to showcase your knowledge and skills that you've learned from this lesson by answering these questions and choosing the right answer. Write them here in the worksheet that we have created for you. For numbers 4 and 5, give one example of multimodal text that typically contains the following multimodal elements. Anong mga examples ng multimodal text ang may words at may pictures? Give one. Anong mga examples ng multimodal text ang may words and facial expressions? Give one. If you have listened to our discussion a while ago, you can perfect this exam. And next activity for your written is this post test. This is 1 to 5. You have just have again to answer the questions by choosing the right letter of your choice. What is a multimodal text? What is the first step when composing a multimodal text? Remember, this was discussed to you a while ago, and there's no harm if you want to return to your notes or to your modules. Number 3, read the following scenario. What characteristic of multimodal text is shown in these two situations? Here. And for numbers 4 and 5, these are the choices. What multimodal elements are present in the following text? For example, this video, a YouTube video of a teacher explaining how to write an essay, and an article from an online magazine about how or about the beautiful restaurants in Metro Manila. So that's for your written output. Now, for your performance output, what I can do. This has a total point of 50. So guys, the passing score for this is at least 35 points and above. Lower than that, failed na yon. Performance output, okay? Anong gagawin natin dito sa what I can do? Let me explain this to you. You need to apply what you have learned about multimodal texts in composing your own multimodal output. Gagawa kayo ng sarili ninyong multimodal output. Think of a topic, these are the steps, and a purpose for your multimodal output. Ano yung gusto mong topic na gamitin sa multimodal output mo? Ano yung purpose mo? Okay? And then you have to choose one. Pili ka lang dito paano mo gagawin yung multimodal output mo. Gusto mo bang magsulat ng expository essay? Sasamahan mo ng ibang elements? Kagaya nung binasa natin kanina, an essay with elements, other elements. Gusto mo bang gumawa ng short story book? That's also fine. Story with pictures or illustrations. Para maging multimodal siya. Hindi pwedeng puro sulat lang, no? Or a comic strip or a manga about a social issue or topic. Kayo bahala mag-isip anong gusto niyong topic, no? Basta dapat lahat ng elements ay connected to each other. Hindi pwedeng yung drawing mo ay about proper waste disposal, pero yung topic mo ay about music. You understand? It has to be connected. Okay? You want to write an informative video presentation? Gusto mo bang mag-vlog about, for example, how good Marikina Heights is as your barangay, or about your school, or whatsoever, whatever topic that you want to discuss. So that's these are your choices. Or do you want to record a speech about your topic or about any topic of your choice? Basta make sure that you will include multimodal elements. Kung magre-record ka ng speech, ano sa tingin mo ang pwede mong iba pang gamitin so that it can become a multimodal element or multimodal performance? Or do you want to record or a recorded lecture or TEDx Ed like presentation about a topic of your choice? Okay? So anything, pwede kang pumili dito ng kahit anong pwede mong gamitin for your multimodal output. And then, when you have chosen which you want to use, you need now to start composing your multimodal output. There is a checklist and a rubric here provided. Ito yung mga dapat nyong i-consider. Multimodal, mayroon bang more than one multimodal element na ginamit ka doon sa output mo? Kasi kung mag-isa lang yan, that's not a multimodal text. Kunyari, sumulat ka lang ng essay, hindi mo man lang nilagyan ng picture, hindi mo man lang nilagyan ng graph, or whatsoever, then that's not a multimodal text. So please consider this checklist ha. Pag nagawa mo na, try to check. Mayroon ka ba? Check. Mayroon ka bang the multimodal elements in the output serve a clear purpose? Connected ba sila sa isa't isa? There is a clear topic and author's purpose in the multimodal output. Ideas are meaningful or make sense. Ideas in the output are connected to each other. Output is informative and interesting. Output has little error in grammar and overall use of the English language. Be mindful kasi graded. Kung kumpleto to lahat na nakita nyo doon sa ginawa ninyong multimodal output, then you might get a perfect score of 50 points. This is our rubric. How are we going to score your output? So highest point is 10 per criteria. 6 points for good, 3 points only for fair pag hindi nyo nagawa ng maayos. So more than one multimodal element was used in the output, and the multimodal elements have a clear purpose and are not placed just because it is required. Meron kang more than one multimodal element na ginamit sa output mo, and that multimodal element is connected and really needed for your output. You get 10 points. Output has a clear topic or message and purpose. That's 10 points as well kung meron kang clear message and purpose for your output. Ideas in the output make sense and are related to the topic. If this is checked, then you get another 10 points. Audience will be informed and interested with the output. If you get this, then you'll have another 10 points. And output has minimal errors in the use of English. Pag considerable naman yung inyong mga errors, then you get 10 points. So that's a total of 50 points. Imagine kung puro 3. 3 lang ang score, guys. So out of 50, 15 points lang yon. Kung puro 3. Kasi hindi nyo inayos yung output nyo. Ang laking hatak nun sa grade. Remember that. Kasi performance is 60%. Percent hindi points. 60% of your grade. Okay? So that's all that you are going to do. Pili kayo dito, alin dyan ang gusto nyong gamitin, and then submit to the Google Drive link I have given you. Dito sa inyong worksheet, nilagay ko lang yung instruction. Kasi syempre, hindi nyo naman kailangan ilagay dito. Okay? Now, if you have questions, we will be answering your questions. Let me just end this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Please stay.